Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the Morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Perfect. Kuntres Maamar. Hey, I think, or Dalad. Just before we start, give some tzedakah, gedelik tzedakah, shmaparas l'geula, in honor of the learning and all the Yidden Eretz Yisrael and the soldiers and the captives. Everyone should be safe, peaceful, and enough for the Golos for Mashiach, including today we're davening, and this whole series is for the Yidden Eretz Yisrael and also specifically for the hostages. And today specifically we're going to focus on Sharon Bas Roti. Mitzvah Hashem, Sharon Bas Roti should be safe, should be comfortable, and Mitzvah Hashem should be home very soon. Okay, continuing on in the battle that we're talking about in regards to ourselves and what's inside of us. So we had this question, yes, last class. What is the word with, why would someone think, this is what we discussed, why would someone think that if you go according to your heart's desire, it will be good? Meaning, it's obvious that just doing whatever your heart wants you, it doesn't make sense. And really, when I pose a question, it sounded funny, but if you think about it even more, it actually makes a lot of sense. Because what does my heart want me to do? Let's say it wants me to eat junk food. I know if I eat something healthy for breakfast, I'll have a better day. But what does my heart tell me? But I should eat cheesecake for breakfast. That's the best. Cheesecake and a Danish. No, that's perfect. So the question is a strong question. So we went on to discuss, and we started going to this like Kabbalah, discussing the Seder Shtashos a little bit and what's going on. Now, really, everything comes from Malchus. We said we're touching the pasuk that there's people that have a desire and people are satiated. People have desire. It's sort of the desire for Hashem, and that's talking to the Yidden, that we have a natural desire to be connected to Hashem. And then there's the goyim that don't have this natural desire. They're satiated, they're good. And then we started to talk about this Malchus. This Malchus of Atzilus, and that sort of is the lowest level in Atzilus, but really it's the highest level of Bria, and it's sort of forms the creation of the worlds below it. It's our physical world. Yeah, and I think we're up to Vizel. Vizel, Mashi Bechinas Malchus, and nearly finishing off the Parak Aleph of Maamar. Maamar is this already? Forgot there's so many on, like, so I'm learning ahead, and then Maamar Hey. Yeah. Vizel, Mashi Bechinas Malchus, Hu Bechinas Shem. This is the idea of Malchus, which is the level of, it was like a name. Melech, Shemer, like it says, the name of a king is Nikar Leim, is called on them. The Shem Huraki Arab Levad. So on one hand, the name is just very, very external. The name is not really who you are. It's just a name. If you're by yourself, you wouldn't have a name, you wouldn't use a name. The name just, it's really, it's something else. It's only a ray. Unlike the name of a person, not the essence of the person. And so to the lifeless of all the worlds. It's only a name, only a ray of Hashem's essence. Meaning, like we talked about before, you have Hashem himself, and the level of Hashem or Hashemness that creates the world, of godliness that creates the world, is like the name to who you are. The name is not you. It doesn't make you exist. Doesn't make anything. But it's part of it's a very external part of you, and so too the creation of the world. And just to think about it, like this whole world you see with the billions of people, and Mount Everest, and everything you see in it, and all the myriads of things, is really like nothing should be nothing of nothing in comparison to Hashem, and not the world itself. I'm talking about the life force that makes the world exist. That is so nothing. And that's for us, that's like, whoa, that's the greatest thing that makes the whole world exist. And that's what makes ultimately the physicality of the world. It's like, this is crazy. And that's really nothingness and nothingness. Kitzur, Mehemshech hakasuf, from the continuation of the pasuk of ki b'shurus libi elech, of going according to my heart's desire, mashma, so it's understood, shehu nesinas tam, this is the reason that is given, al his barach, that you bless yourself, shalom yeloi, that it'll be good. You say, how will it be good for me? You bless yourself, it will be good. How? By going according to my heart's desire. And what does it mean? And we talked about what does it mean? The satiate, the thirsty, the satiated with the thirsty. Yeah, the sated with the thirsty. And we talked about there's Rava that's satiated, that's the akum. That's the person, that's person, okay. And Tmeya, someone that's thirsty, that's the Neshama Yisrael, that's the Yidden, or Al Neshamas. The Sharsham, that the source of our Neshama is Misferes HaMalchus, comes from Malchus. Marker Elohes, which is the source of all worlds, Vanivarim, and the creation, and creations, created beings. Shehi Ha'ara, which is a ray, Levad, it's alone, it's just a ray. Shebe'ein Araich La'atzmus, which is infinitely distant, separated from Hashem's essence. That's called the name, just like we said just now, the name is very external. Perek base. Again, we're going to continue going on a little bit into this more Kabbalah Asius, and then in the next perek will come down. We'll go back. And behold, being that the source of all creations, the whole world, is like we said before, just a ray of Hashem. It's like just the name in comparison to ourselves. It's not the essence of who we are, and it's very external. Now, in the beginning, this ray that created the world, before it was a ray creating the world, it was included within Hashem's essence. And this is what it says in Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer. Until the world wasn't created. Before the world was created, it was Hashem. And so it says in Pirkei Rabbi Eliezer, it was Hashem and his name. And we're going to explain what that means. Meaning, and ultimately, as we understand these things, there's Hashem himself, and then there's different manifestations of Hashem. So in the beginning, there's only Hashem. And like we said, the name is for something else. So in the beginning, that name, that idea of a name exists. It just included within Hashem. It's like the rays of the sun within the sun. There's the sun, and then there's the rays that we have in the sun. There's not rays of the sun, there's just sun. But as it comes separated from itself or distant, then it becomes rays. So to speak, with Hashem himself, Hashem the same way. There's a level of Hashem that creates, and that's this level of name. In Hashem himself, that doesn't exist as a separate thing. It's there because the potential for everything is there. When it comes out, then it's like, so to speak, a separate thing, so to speak. But of course, nothing separated from Hashem. And this ray is included with Hashem's essence, the essence of the infinite light before the world was created. So therefore, being that's where it comes from, so after the world was created, that this ray separated itself to give life and to create the worlds, that all that we see is coming from this ray, and therefore this ray, it always has this desire, this ratzah, this running, wanting to come close to Hashem, go back to its source. Its desire, its want, to be included to be included within the infinite light, its source, and it's where it comes from. So by nature, things want to go, that's what we're going to discuss now. By nature, things want to go back up to where they come from, where they go back to where they're from. And so this ray, being that it's from Hashem himself, so wants to go back up to them. Okay, teva called over, like the nature of everything. Everything wants to go back up to its source. You could, and it just, it's natural, makes sense. And its source is where it's good. where it's from. That's where it's pure, pristine before it comes out. It's like we want to go back up to the seminary days, or when we're children, and we want to go back. We want to go back when we're more the people who we're meant to be. When you come out of seminary and you go back, you go into the real world, and suddenly you have to work and make money, and you have to take care of kids and do all these things, and it's much harder to feel that way. But what we're saying here is so this ray that creates the world really wants to go back up to its source. Or like example, like the fire. Its nature is always to go up. That's why it always faces upwards. The Shar back to the source of fire, the foundational source of fire. That's why without oil and wick, or whatever else you use to hold the fire, you can't hold, doesn't hold the fire. The fire has nowhere to hold it, so it goes back up. Even when you do have the oil and the wick and it's a light, it's constantly going up and down. Meaning it wants to go back up, but has to come stay back down. That's what it's keeping it down. So too with this ray of light that makes the world be created. Being it's only a ray, therefore it always has this desire. I mean, just like the fire wants to go up to its source, that's where its essence, it's like, so to speak, where its family, everything else is there. I don't want to be like there. So too, this ray creates the world that makes the world exist every single moment. What you think about, that's like everything that we exist, the ray. This is so nothing in comparison to Hashem itself. It always wants to go back up to its source. And therefore, Nikreis Tzemeya. That's why, like we said before, it's Tzemeya, it's thirsty. Shehit Tzemeya Tamid Lalis Lamayla. It's constantly thirsty to want to go back up to its source. Like it says in Tehillim, Laman Zamecha Chaved V'Layidim. Yeah, Laman in order. Zamecha, I'll sing Kaved V'Layidim. My soul shall sing, and you shall not be silent. This is Nehera Tata. This is this lower flame. Ka'e Tadil Nehera Ilav V'Loi Shachich. Constantly wants to go up to the higher flame, and it never rests. Just like, and that's the flame, and that's sort of the source of the creation of this whole world is like this. That's Meya Hashem. This is what it means. The thirsty Hashem is thirsty. The bechinas Malchus, which is now back to the thing we're talking about before, Malchus. She bechinas Hey Hachreina the Shem Havaya. Malchus is the lowest, in a certain sense, is the lowest level of Shem Havaya, of Hashem's name. The Yud, the K, the Vav, and the lower Hey. So that lower Hey, which is the source of all creation, it's thirsty constantly to go up. The bechinas Malchus, she bechinas Hey Hachreina Shem Havaya, which is of level of Malchus, which is the lowest level, and the 5-letter name of Hashem, or the 4, sorry, the Yud, the Hey, the Vav, and then the last day. So they represent different levels of the, like Chachma, Chesed it's first, Netzach Yisod, the Malchus, different levels. So the Hey, the last Hey is the Malchus. That's why it says in the Medrash, Bibaram, on Pasha Bereishis, it says Bibaram, when he created them. So the Medrash is clear. What does it mean Bibaram? Behei Baram. With this last Hey, he created them. So Hine Ois Hey Ze Tzmeya. So this Hey that Hashem used to create the world is this thirsty, this level that's thirsty. She writes Umishtekekes. Talmid lachzer la'ayin l'ikal b'sharsha. It constantly wants to go up and cleave back to its source. Al zeh nemar, and this it says in Yirmiyah, haloi koi dvari eish. Add my words like fire. The kamoi teva eish, just like the fire. It's nature. La lois lamaylo, cannot, like you said before, it's to go up. Kamoi chen dvar havaye b'chinas hey baram, the hey baram. This level of the Hey, he created them, which is this level, the creator of the world, that lower Hey of Shem Havayim, who writes Lihistalik Lamaya, the ones who go up above. And this is, we're going to stop here. And basically, what we're saying is that the whole creation of the world comes to this level of Hey, and this low level Hey wants to go up to its source. And ultimately, everything wants to go up, wants to go back to its source where it's good. And the the thought process for us is realizing this world that we see around us, as great and vast as it is so nothingness in comparison to Hashem. And then realizing also that Hashem wants us to do things. He has Torah mitzvahs he wants to do. And it's not the level of Hashem that created the world, it's a level above this. And then just think about this and meditate on this, and it's like you realize like how amazing this is. Okay, have an amazing day, everyone.